Hello, it is Foundation Friday, September 18th, 2020. Steve Sipress here, finishing up another in our multi-part series on the great book by Dr. Dennis Waitley, The Psychology of Winning. And we are finishing up on the third trait of a winner, positive self-control, which we began last Foundation Friday. Dr. Waitley writes and asks the question, are you steering your ship, or are you a victim to the ill or fair winds of fate? Are you a puppet dangling from the strings of your heredity and environment? Are there a lot of things you have to do in life that have been forced upon you? Do you have to go to work? No, you don't. You can choose to lie in bed and just live off welfare. Do you have to pay taxes? No, you don't. You can earn below the minimum and not have to pay any tax, or you can earn a lot and get into all kinds of tax deferral schemes. You can try to beat the IRS. You can give up your citizenship. You can go to prison, but you don't have to pay taxes. Do you have to eat? No, you can starve yourself to death if you choose to. You eat because you want to, because you've decided to, because it's profitable to your body. So stop with the what you have to do. People who feel they have to do things usually forfeit many available options and alternatives and lose control of their lives in the bargain. Responsible self-control is the opposite of saying you have to do anything. So I flip the page, always difficult with one hand. The winning human being realizes that everything in life is volitional, even being alive. Everything I decide to do, nothing I have to do. You don't have to work, pay taxes, have babies, or even get up in the morning. You decide to do things because they are profitable to you and the best choice among the alternatives available to help you along toward your goals. People who have to do things are irresponsible. They're not in control. They're puppets caught in the habit of letting life happen to them. They are the losers. Losers let it happen. Winners make it happen. We are not only victims of habit in a very real sense. Each of us becomes a prisoner of hundreds of restrictions of our own making. Do we conform to the standards of our peers? Do we refuse to be responsible for our own deeds? Do we look to others for behavioral cues? If we do, we haven't reached responsible maturity. And unfortunately, many adults spend their entire lives at this level of immaturity, looking around, wondering what other people think and what other people expect and what's the normal thing to do and all that crap. As we grow into adulthood, we make decisions that progressively narrow our opportunities and alternatives. We select only a few friends out of the thousands with whom we rub elbows, usually people with whom we agree. Thus, we limit our received input of fresh ideas. You certainly see this in social media. I mean, I'd say even split, probably 50-50. Half of my Facebook friends are on the liberal side of things, half are on the conservative side of things. So anytime any political issue, which seems to be everything is political these days, anytime anything like that comes up, I see both sides of the input, and I respond to both people, and they're all my friends, no matter whether they are flaming liberals or wacko right-wingers or anything in between. The responsible people look at the shackles that they have placed upon themselves by apathy and lack of imagination, and in a moment of truth, decry their predicament. But making a declaration of independence, they assert their option to choose and assume their rightful role of personal responsibility. Margaret Mead calls personal responsibility our most important evolution, and the notion that we're the product of our environment is our biggest sin. Talk about a political issue right now. You see all this BS with the flaming liberal anarchist lunatics. In fact, it's pretty much standard now, I think, in the whole Democrat Party that, depending on the color of the skin, you're evil, and there's systemic racism, and all minorities are therefore victims and deserve reparations and special treatment, and anyone who's in the majority and is white is evil, and whatever. All this is total BS. I guess they are not fans of Margaret Mead. No personal responsibility, just claiming that they're victims. Our greatest sin, that we're the product of our environment. There should be a stature of responsibility in an American harbor to go along with the Statue of Liberty, because Without individual self-control and responsibility, there can be no enduring liberty or freedom in our society. We will be free only as long as we can use freedom responsibly. Imagining the new statue of responsibility, and we'll finish with this. It's the end of chapter 3 of Dr. Dennis Waitley's fantastic book, The Psychology of Winning. And ironically, he says the inscription on the statue of responsibility should be the American Creed, otherwise known as My Creed, by Dean Alfange. I don't know how you pronounce that, but Dean Alfange, or however you pronounce it, was a flaming absolute liberal, founder of the Liberal Party of New York, and yet this entire creed is pretty much the exact opposite of what today's liberals stand for. See if you agree with that. My creed: I do not choose to be a common man or woman. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. What? That's anti-liberal nowadays. I want to take the calculated risks to dream and build, to fail and succeed. I refuse to barter an incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the calm state of utopia. Blasphemy for liberals. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud, and unafraid, to think and act for myself, enjoy the benefits of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. Not you didn't build that. Not it takes a village. Not, oh, you're privileged. None of that common modern BS of the modern BS crap hole liberals like Obama and the rest of them, feeding a world of crap to people and dividing the country to people that are true Americans, want to live in the land of the free, the home of the brave, self-responsibility, personal responsibility, as opposed to what we have now, the land of the overregulated and the home of the fearful. Oh, I can't go out because some government expert who's been wrong about everything about this virus tells me I can't wear a mask, shouldn't wear a mask. Oh, wait, no. Now the same guy tells me I have to wear a mask. Which is it? Did the entire history of civilization scientific studies change in 2 months? Or is it a load of BS that I'm supposed to trade my personal responsibility to be controlled by experts and politicians and unelected officials? Unbelievable. That's the Liberal Party today. We want more handouts, more liberals, more free school, more free health care, more free everything, more handouts, more handouts, more handouts. This guy, Dean Alfange, was the founder of the Liberal Party of New York, as liberal as it gets. He's the predecessor to Bernie Sanders and AOC and Obama and all these losers who want to tell people that because of the color of your skin, you're either an oppressor or a victim. It's because of something you can't control and because of something your ancestors did or didn't do. I say it again, I'm Jewish, so I'm going to tell you that I expect my reparations from the country of Egypt because they enslaved my ancestors and they built the pyramids. They were built by Jewish slaves. So in fact, I demand they tear down the pyramids. Tear them down. They're racist. They were built by my ancestor slaves, and I want reparations. What BS? Cut the crap. Take some personal responsibility, for crying out loud. And Waitley ends the chapter, winners get behind the wheel firmly in the driver's seat. Winners take control of their thoughts, their daily routines, their goals, and their lives. They create their own horoscopes and astrological forecasts. They spend their time winning, knowing they have no time to lose. Do you spend your time winning? You spend your time complaining and waiting for another handout, and woe is me, and I'm a victim, and I need more special treatment, and the government better take money from other people that have earned it and give it to me, because that's just, that redistribution is just the only fair thing. To hell with personal responsibility. I want the state to be responsible for me. I want them to tell me when I can go to a restaurant and when I can leave my house and what I have to wear on my face and how close I can stand to another human being. What total crap. Take some personal responsibility. That's just one of the 10 qualities of a total winner that we are going through as we study, Dr. Dennis Waitley's The Psychology of Winning. We will be back next Friday on Foundation Friday with another episode of Dr. Dennis Waitley's fantastic book. And in the meantime, I highly recommend you don't just wait for me to go through the whole thing over the weeks and months, that you go to Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or anywhere else, because I don't even know if we're allowed to go to a bookstore. Is that essential? Are the employees there not essential, so they have to get evicted because the state says so? And the government gives you false facts and false advice and false everything, and you just take no personal responsibility. You just go, well, but that's what somebody says. I mean, if the government is made up of people, I mean, on one side, you got government people going like, yeah, I love the government. I just hate Donald Trump. Well, guess what? Donald Trump's part of the government. In fact, he's the number one member of the government right now. So all you pro-big government people, the liberals, that, yeah, but I don't like when Bush is in office or Trump is in office or any conservatives in office. So which is it? Are you in favor of more government or not? And then you got the other side of the coin. You got Joe Biden here, some senile guy who can't even string two sentences together, and it would, talk about embarrassing. This guy is so embarrassing. We're even running this guy for office. Like, what, you trust him? You believe him? You believe the experts he would listen to? I mean, you can just flip around the TV channels, and one station has all the experts with this point of view, and the other channels have all the experts with this point of view, and they're total opposite. When are you going to stop listening to what other people tell you you should think and you should do, and take some personal responsibility for life and become a winner? That'll do it for today. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back tomorrow on social media Saturday. Over and out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching on the replay. Post your comments, questions, outrage, triggered, deranged, whatever you call it. You're outraged, you're insulted, I know. Post all that below. I always respond when appropriate. Catch you later. Over and out. Bye-bye.